a lot of people have the misconception, that when you're homeless, you're there for a reason that's your fault. But anybody who watches the news these days have seen them talk about the fact that so many Americans, if not most Americans, are less than $500 away from absolute disaster of being on the street. When I was first out there, I spent so many months where I just felt hopeless because, the housing authority, I don't know, it was on the list, but it takes 2, 3, 4 years sometimes before your name comes up on these things. And I'm like, I can't live out here for that long. I didn't know what I was going to do. You're just in this hopeless, depressed, what am I going to do? There's nothing to do. And then I found Rogue Retreat.
Everyone's in a different place when they come in, and we meet them right there, and we try to progress them toward self-sufficiency. A lot of people, when they come in, they don't have IDs, and they don't have birth certificates or social security cards. They're not even able to get a job because they don't have the credentials. And so we get all that stuff back. We start rebuilding, and it really pays off.
It's surprising what you find out you can do. This is my 4th year of school, and I've actually been homeless 3 to 4 years. So it's been a bit of a challenge, and this is the first stress-free term I've had since I went back to school. I hurt my back, and it was just a snowball effect. Eventually lost my place, and then got into a bad relationship that ended, with domestic violence. And WASH is a lot of fun because there's just so many possibilities, and that's what I'm about these days is possibilities. I like to make pretty things. There's so much ugliness in this world, and I try to focus on the beauty, and I'm doing my part.
So I'm the Kelly Shelter Manager, and I'm all over this place. I oversee the staff, and I make sure things are running smoothly. We have what we need, the needs are being met, and all the shelter guests are safe. I do this job because I like to see people excel and become self-sufficient. I also do this job because it's something that I'm passionate about. I was homeless at one point. I was pregnant. I didn't have anywhere to go, and Rogue Retreat helped me through that process. And now I get to give back.
This is a chance where you're in a warm environment, roof over your head, food to eat, and you get to just be off of the streets and not have that fear of looking over your shoulder. Am I going to get in trouble tonight? Am I going to be disturbed and everything? And yeah, it's just an amazing environment. But I want to get my girl and my family into a house or a home. Also, 5 years, I do plan on being a really well-known rapper here in Jackson County. So hopefully that'll turn out good.
There was a time when I didn't have a job. I didn't even have ID, let alone my driver's license and car that I have now. And I've got over 3 years clean. Now I'm looking to the next 3 years and the next 3 years beyond that.
It's bittersweet. It's sad to see them go, and yet you know that they're moving on to a better life, and so you did your job, and that is sweet. That is sweet. See somebody progress and get off the streets, and they're going into their own life. That's what we live for. That's what we do. We did our job.
Like, there's hope for people who are still out there, and it just reminds me of where I used to be at, and so watching people get back to normal is rewarding. So it feels wonderful.
I'm from the streets, but I be coming into Kelly's shelter. I be making this my home. This is my shelter. This is my home indeed. This is where I lay my head to sleep, where I go and get my food to eat, but you don't even notice me. I'm used to being in the streets, but people don't really care. They be looking at me and they don't even wave, get out of here. I'm just a ignorant person that you can't even look at. Maybe I'm just so depressed, but man, I guess I can't quit that. That's me, Mateo.